Hey guys, this is James of Welsh Gamer News. Normally wouldn't do a video today because I've just come home from work, but there's a link that's actually popped up which kind of interests me, to be fair. It'll probably interest a lot of people. You probably know on Saturday I did a video on Anita Sarkeesian with regards to her being in the top 100 of times most influential people. The top 100. Now, looks like someone's obviously got caught of this because a guy, I pray to God I pronounce his name right, by the name of Milo Yiannopoulos, I think I'm pronouncing it right, has actually challenged Anita Sarkeesian. If you don't know who she is the host of Feminist Frequency. He has actually challenged her to a debate. Now, he said he would give $5,000 to a charity of her choice if she accepted. But thanks to an anonymous benefactor, he's actually been able to increase the offer to 10,000. Now, he actually says this on his Twitter feed, and I quote, "I will give $5,000 to at Femfreak rather, I can't even say it right, or any charity of Anita's choice if she agrees to debate me on sexism in video games at E3. Whether or not she does this remains to be seen, but as we all know, Sarkeesian's ideas have been controversial and extremely unpopular. Gamers, as we know, I would assume both male and female gamers, of course, have reacted angrily. Now, the ABC News report she did some months ago featuring Anita Sarkeesian actually had 48,000 downvotes on YouTube and some 15,000 mostly negative comments. Now, at that time, it was, at one point, the 85th most disliked YouTube video ever. As you know, she did make the Time 100 magazine, even though 80% of voters in Time's online poll did not believe she merited a place on the list. As well as that, some of you might remember or don't, that she appeared on the Colbert Report. Now, she managed I didn't realise this, but she struck a deal with the show to have comments turned off in any online copy of the video, and it turns out it is the only Colbert YouTube clip to have comments disabled. And as you all know, on her own YouTube channel, she's disabled comments, and this has happened since the Gamergates. He goes on to say, and I quote, "Given the damage I believe has been done to the video games industry by Sarkeesian's flawed and divisive philosophies, I think consumers, developers and publishers alike deserve the opportunity to hear her defend her thesis that video games contribute to a damaging atmosphere of misogyny and that they reinforce systems of power and privilege to oppression." Now, even though Sarkeesian has made these comments, she has not actually had a debate, as far as I know, as far as I've read up about it. And he keeps going on in this article. I will leave a link in the description because, in my opinion, it's a really good article. But he goes on to say, "I would like the chance to challenge her thinking in a live environment and explain why I believe her criticisms of gaming and game culture are without merit and belong to an outmoded and discredited era of academia." Also says, "I would like to show how her prescriptions for video games are unnecessary, trivial, and even counterproductive to her stated aims." Well, to be fair, he's given Sarkeesian pretty good deal here in terms of the debate. Now, he says that Sarkeesian may choose the date, the venue, and the moderator. He will agree to any reasonable security and format demands, including pre-screening of audience members. Now, pre-screening, I know over here I've been screened myself, and I believe that's a complete and utter criminal check. I don't know what it is in the US, so it may mean different things in each country, I'm not sure. Provided each speaker is given an equal time, each answers the same number of questions, and each has the same time allotted for brief opening and closing statements. Now, he does have a couple of conditions, but I don't think these are unreasonable at all. Now, the debate will last at least an hour and must be streamed live, which I think is a good thing. Now, no subject is off limits. Questions must be taken by each speaker from members of the audience and from each other. There should be plenty of time for cross-examination. Questions should not be shared ahead of time. No earpieces. That will be the most important one. No earpieces, because we want to hear Anita and Anita herself. We don't, with her making these claims, she should be able to back them up herself without any help, which is Fair enough. And no long prepared statements. Admittance is free, and the guy has even said he'll cover the cost of the venue and security if needs be. I think it was about a month. Yeah, it was in March. She did a conference, what I couldn't say speech, and it remarked Sarkeesian at a women's conference in March about the harassment she said she has faced as a consequence of her provocative and extreme opinions. And yeah, the first thing she said, was "fuck you." It goes on. This is one of the sentences he says: "I can take invective just as well as I can dish it out. So bring your A game. If you think you are a victim of hateful, oppressive bullying and not merely a professional provocateur crying foul, why not make your case to the world?" And he says right at the bottom, "Say it to our faces, Anita. There's $10,000 on the line for any charity you choose." Now, personally, do I think she'll do it? Personally, I don't think she will do it, even though she has the advantage here. With regards to security, I completely understand that she has had some vile threats pointed to, directed at her. So I completely understand with regards to the security. So she can choose where the venue is at. She can choose the amount of security. She can choose whether even the audience will be pre-screened, will be checked. Make sure they got no criminal history or anything like that. So the ball's in your court now, Anita. Whether or not you decide to take it or not remains to be seen. But I just wanted to get that out there. I'll leave the link below in the description. But other than that, this is James of Welsh Gamer News. You have a good day now. You take care.